Welcome to the first member meeting of 2025. Let's go to a different slide that's more fun. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for being participating and being members of Idaho Financial Literacy Coalition. We have some super fun guests today. It is one of my favorite times. Well, to be fair, we've never done this. So it is one of my favorite meetings, and the fact that the teachers that we send to the Idaho National Financial Literacy Conference get to speak. And then want to give a super shout out to some amazing board members because this is, and people get so confused. They're like, oh, it's all volunteer? And I'm like, yeah, it's all volunteers doing this. So thank you for making this great. My name is Amber Dolphin King. I'm the president of the Idaho Financial Literacy Coalition. Our incoming president is Amy Rovig. She's the beautiful blonde in the middle. Our secretary is, for a hot minute, Heather McMillan. She is the brunette on the left, and it's also an open position, which we'll chat more later. Treasurer is Becca Peters. So she is the smiley, curly-haired one in the back. Let's see, we have Lisa Adams, our media director. She is far right. And then we have some new, which is super exciting, board members. So Jillian Wright is our social media expert. More to come on that. And we have a business developing funding and grant director. It's a big name and she's got a big job. Evie Schreiber. And we'll hear more about her a little later. And then past president is he's our token man, Luke Erickson. So he brings the history and the fun of it. So a couple things. Oh, we're actually going to go forward,
Amber,
and then we'll go back.
Really quick. Sorry, it's Gabby. I think we can all only see your photo.
Oh, damn it. All right.
Sorry.
Hold on. Does it change when I move it or no?
Nope, still your photo.
Is your photo, is your video blocked?
And the show. Hold on, let's go back here.
It's a really nice photo, though.
It is.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Highly recommend Ampersand Studios. Oh, I bet I have to go to Zoom.
Yep. So,
Zoom and I are not best friends. Let's do this. Oh, hi.
Amazing.
Hey.
There you are.
Okay, but I have to share then with you. See, Zoom and I, we don't always get along, is what I'm going to say. Also, random. Do you see the share sound button right here? Public service announcement. If you have a video, you have to click that button. I don't have a video today, but I tell everybody so you don't feel like a moron like I did this one time. Anyway, 8 minutes later, it was painful.
I did also just learn that after 2.5 years.
Oh, yeah. It was, let's just say my guest who had the video was not impressed with me. So, long story short, okay, can we see the picture?
Yep, you're good. You're sliding everything.
Okay, let's do this then. Oh, that's sad. Okay, so from the beginning. Okay, there's me, yay. But here's more yays. So this is our board from left to right: Amber, Heather, Luke, Amy, Becca, and Lisa. And guess what? We added more people. So we'll talk about them next. Evie Schreiber is our Idaho Financial Literacy Business Developer Grant and Funding Director. I'm going to read her blurb because she's going to come on about 12:30 or so. So you might see her face a little later. She brings extensive leadership experience and a passion for empowering communities. She's currently serving as Director of Internal and External Growth and Retention. So I knew that when I gave her a really long title, she's going to be all right, right? Just kidding, but actually true. She has a proven track record in driving organizational growth, fostering relationships. She's the CEO of the Community Action Partnership Association of Idaho and Dallas Hope Charities. She, thank God, has done a lot of granting. We're excited. Evie's expertise is fundraising, operations. She laughs at my jokes. That was important. Just kidding, but kind of. Financial services, strategic planning, combined with her certificates of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And she highlights her dedication by creating meaningful impact. She enjoys traveling with her partner, loving on her pups, cooking, and lots of shoes. Although I haven't seen as many shoes, so I can't speak to that yet, but hopefully once we hang out more, we will. Our next new board member is Jillian Wright. I will turn it over to Jillian.
So I was born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. Moved up here after my last year of college. We've been in the Treasure Valley, mostly Meridian for the majority of that time. Our little one's 6, she's in kindergarten, so that's been exciting and stressful all at once. And then we've got our niece and nephew, they're our older kiddos and they've been with us since like 2016, on my husband's side. And then, my husband, Chris, and I, we're trying to get outdoorsy. You know, we moved here and thought we needed to buy a tent so we could fit in, but we don't hunt, but we're trying to get into paddleboarding and hiking. And I've been on the executive board with Chase for the Home Lending Advisors for 2 years now. Part of our culture council, so definitely one to be inclusive and really have a passion for this area and the education route that we're going with this financial act. So I'm thrilled. Both my high schoolers have enrolled in the curriculum they've offered for financial readiness. It was really fun to have conversations about check writing and all those things you don't bring up at home unless you do. So yeah, it's fun.
And then what's your hope or goal for your position at IFLC?
I really want to create a bigger social presence for us with more membership interaction, more followers, more interest and support, just so we can get the messaging out. And I think through our pillars, we'll be able to do that, especially with launching this year's piggy bank contest as online submission. It's going to give us the opportunity to share more about the story, more about the event, more about our mission statements.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Okay, just to check in online, can you guys see Jillian's beautiful face?
I don't see yours.
I hope not.
Yes,
I
I
don't
see.
think
I
so.
see the PowerPoint with her picture.
Great.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
okay,
this.
yes, but not live. Sorry.
Oh, not live. No, sorry. You only get so much, right?
No, I know, no judgment. Just double
You
check.
only get so much. I love that you see her beautiful face. All right, we're going to talk about the pillars, and I'm going to pass it over to Jillian or Lisa Adams. And I know she wants to chat, and she's sitting close enough that I really can put her face close. So,
Hi, everyone. There I am. My name is Lisa Adams again. I'm with the Idaho Bankers Association, and I basically am in charge of our website here at the IFLC. Now that we have Jillian, I don't have to do all the social media, and I'm happy about that. Even
Let's have a
though
minute for
I'll be helping with that, but again, we'll be engaging members with any kind of long form content. If you have blogs to add, things like that aren't salesy, love to have you participate, and you can reach out to our email, our contact information that we'll share. So the 3 IFLC pillars that you can see on the screen right there is the Piggy Bank Beauty Contest. We're in our 15th year. We will kick it off the beginning of February, thanks to our friends at the Department of Finance, at Ideal, Treasurer Ellsworth's office for, being a part of this and really helping to spread the word this year. We will be going digital. So submissions will be digital, voting will be online, and we will be announcing the the winners on the 21st. So Amy Rovig, our incoming president, is heading the committee on that. I'm sure, do you want any more volunteers?
I don't.
I think we're good.
The word out.
Yeah, so we'll be asking our members to help spread the word and make sure that we get all the information out that we need to about this contest. You'll see it on our socials. You'll see it in our e-blast. And so we're really excited about this, and hopefully to take this to all corners of the state instead of it's usually been just kind of Eastern and the Treasure Valley area that's participated in the past. And then a very big part of what we do is sending teachers to the National Jumpstart Conference. This last year was in Louisville, Kentucky. And right? Yes. Well,
Yeah.
we'll have our teacher speak to that. Yes. We have our teachers on today to talk about their experience. Very excited about that. It moves to Boston this year in the first week of November. So we'll be sending hopefully 4 teachers if we get our granting taken care of, and that we get the Jumpstart folks to give us a couple extra scholarships to send teachers. Basically, the National Jumpstart folks give the entry, the registration to the conference, and then the IFLC provides $1,000 in travel money, basically, to help pay for airfare, travel expenses, and all that good stuff. And then we have women, we support all the financial empowerment conferences across the state of Idaho, but we have one that's coming up that is born out of Treasurer Ellsworth's office. We have Savvy Women, FYI. I think we got some information out that Savvy Women is coming up February 10th here at Boise Center on the Grove. Registration is still open. They still haven't filled the room yet. And there's still sponsorship opportunities, I believe, if you're interested. We have all the information up on the IFLC website if you'd like to go check out if you want to participate in Savvy Women, or if you just like to register and go to this all-day free financial literacy conference that's targeted for women. And then out of Treasurer Ellsworth's office and her love for all things financial literacy, we have the North Idaho Women and Their Money Conference that is coming up on June 9th. And I will be talking about that towards the end of our meeting today, that we have opportunities for you members that speak to financial literacy. If you want an opportunity to go speak in front of 400 to 500 women in North Idaho coming up on June 9th, I'll be telling you about that opportunity and how you can participate. It is on a pro bono basis. And again, more information coming on that. Pocatello, we're hoping to get a conference out there as well. And then for those of you that are in North Idaho that have time, on April 4th, the Our Money Conference through the University of Idaho. Those fabulous folks have a conference that they do as well too. It's free and it is open to everyone. And that is also on our website as well. I believe I got all that stuff up. So there you go. That's our 3 IFLC pillars.
Yay. Was it also the stuff that you wanted to share?
No, I'm going to do that at the end.
That's different. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to transfer you over to our incoming president. This is Amy Rovig. Amy's going to speak a little bit about some of her initiatives and how she is lending impact to the organization.
Hello. I just wanted to talk a quick minute about the programs that we're building and putting in place to help us with the granting process. One of those pieces is putting together an annual report, which we've never had before. But collecting information and putting it in this report will allow us to better communicate our vision and what our reach and our impact throughout the state to organizations that would provide us money through the granting process. So over the last few months, you may have heard or seen requests for you to fill out a survey. We've put together kind of a year-end survey. So anything that you can report back to us in terms of the hours and the number of students and adults that you've touched through financial education, we would love to collect that. It doesn't need to be concrete. An estimate is fine, and it's for your organization as a whole, not you individually. So again, you are our membership is based on the organization, and so that so for Amber's, for instance, with Amber's organization, Horizon Credit Union, she's reporting to us their financial impact throughout the entire organization, across the state of Idaho. So not just you individually. So I have some hard copies today for those that are here, if you want to fill that out. And then we'll probably in the next week get an email sent out to everyone with a link to fill out all of your financial education hours and the impact for all of 2024. So we can tell that story in our annual report. So be on the lookout for that.
A member, sign up so you can get our emails. A lot of people are asking how to get the Zoom link. And Lisa does a very good job of sharing out that information. But if you're not a member and it's free, then you won't get the reminder emails and then the links and then some of the information on how we kind of connect. We don't spam a ton, very honestly, and it's not our intent, but we would really like to build this financial literacy community and have everybody be connected in a thoughtful way. And to do that, we need you to be a member. Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So I think it's our most exciting time. It's our teachers. So I'm going to mute, and then as we go, could you each, and I just took a snippet, and then I also took some of your photos. So could you each just share a little bit about who you are and all that good stuff? And then, like I said, I took snippets, but if you have something different to share, it's all yours.
So I'm guessing I'm starting.
Well, you are first, and to be fair, you were kind of an OG because you went last year, so I figured you'd kick us off the right way.
Thank you guys for the opportunity to go to this wonderful conference. It's just life-changing, if I can be actually honest. What's not to love? There's collaboration with like-minded peers, which is probably, to me, the most important part. You get to talk with people who do what you do. And a lot of them might do it better than you, and they have ideas to share. So what I found out is I just make sure when I'm there that I talk to people. So I love the collaboration event. I love the vendor time. There are so many free supplies for you as teachers and for everyone who here that send us as teachers. NGPF, NEFI, just everything that's available. And it's no cost to you as an educator or to your district. And they actually set up vendor outbreak sessions this year, which I thought was great because the vendors then can give you an idea of how to use their resources. So that's my number 2 love about the conference. They treat you like royalty. And that's their thank you to all us educators who are going to the conference and who put in a lot of time trying to create our own type of curriculum, because there's really not a lot out there in the schools that are just starting up. I know that Deb Critchfield, made it a graduation requirement, but she did not make it a standalone course requirement, which I think is a very important thing because they put it on economics, home ec, CTE. And these people are already trying to get in what they need to get in to cover their curriculum requirements. So we kind of get little snippets here and there. I think if it were a standalone course, we could really focus on educating these people financially to be educated financial people. I spoke with Tim Ranzetta, who's an NGPF person, and he and I are going to tag team Deb Critchfield to see what we can do to make personal finance or financial literacy an actual standalone course in Idaho. Tim's been working with her a lot and trying to give the importance of that. But it's just a wonderful, wonderful experience. I can't thank you enough for sending me. I hope to go again in the future. If there's anyone out there that would like some of the resources that I gained at the conference, I'm more than welcome to share. So if there's not any questions, that's what I have about my experience. It was great.
Awesome. Thank you again, Shelley. All right.
And I just want to add something really quick. Sorry about that. For teachers, we're building out a resource page, and Shelley, thank you for your links on all the stuff that Jumpstart provided you guys when you were out there. So we do have relationships with, good luck with the Critchfield thing. That'll be interesting. Because that's not going to happen right now. It's going to probably take other legislation
You might be better off starting with like the Idaho Board for Education and some other folks that could help lobby the effort, because very passionate about that, having a standalone class. But we are adding resources all the time that are free for educators across the state, across the country. So if you guys have any others that you would like to start adding, just hit me up and we'll start adding more and more and more of those resources, like the NGPF system. We have EverFi. We have Jumpstart. Jumpstart has a ton of resources. So just know that we'll continue to add to that. And so if anybody, again, has resources that are free that we can put in front of our educators, we'd love to have them. And we'll be sharing them with Superintendent Critchfield's office as well.
Yeah, they actually reached out to us when we had our meeting, and it was like interesting. They asked us for our curriculum and some ideas, so we are working well with them. But to Shelley's point, we do still have some pretty heavy lifting to do to make sure it's on there. So next up are teachers. Juanita, if you'd like to share a little bit about your experience, and thank you again for being one of the teachers we sent.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. So thank you so much for having me today. My name is Juanita Andrade, and I teach personal finance at Madison High School in Rexburg, Idaho. This is located in the southeast. And this year, it was an amazing conference. As Shelley was saying, it's impressive, very, very well organized. I predict that I have like 120 students this year about personal finance, where I can share my knowledge. Can you see me? I'm sorry, I have to move because I was in the library and some people were talking over there.
Yep, you're good. You're great.
And then, so I'm planning to have like 120 students for personal finance. However, I have other classes, and I think we share our knowledge with other students as well. For example, today I was sharing with them that I was going to have this meeting, and I was telling them, guys, you need to study and get a good GPA in order to have scholarships. So even though they are not in personal finance, I was sharing with them some insights. When I went to the conference, we learned about AI and how important is becoming. So, for example, one of the ways that I incorporate this knowledge that I gain in the conference is I ask them to have the resume, and then they just they copy to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is going to edit it for them. So also after the conference, I went with my activities, and I was thinking, okay, maybe I need to organize my activities and choose the more relevant activities for my students. So instead of just talking about something that can keep them busy, like, is this relevant for them? So I think that is what it helped me with the knowledge that I got in the conference. Now, also, I would like to share with you that I love to teach personal finance, money and personal finance. I grew up in a household that it was a little challenging about the money because we didn't know how to manage the money. And then when I grew up and started working, I became very, very frugal. I didn't want to spend anything. And I was not feeling well for any of those sides. But when I found that personal finance, it was a balance and it gives control to your money and your life, it was so good for me. So in my area, many parents, they teach well to their children, but there are parents that are not. And I see, like, I'm Hispanic, and I see some kids that they really struggle with money, not because they don't work, because they don't know how to handle. And I'm there for for them. Also, we were talking with one of the members in my school, and we were saying we can teach classes for parents when immigrants when they come, and we can teach them how they can open an account. And I would love to do that for adults. And then how can we market this to other teachers in the future? I think you are doing a fantastic job with the campaigns, the social media. Social media is prevalent in everybody's life, and promoting scholarships. To tell you the truth, I didn't know about these scholarships until you were so kind to help me. But promoting scholarships and campaigns, and I didn't know also about that we can be a members of this until today. So I am going to sign up to be a member. But I just want to thank you. It was incredible opportunity, something that I never dreamed to be in Kentucky. And thank you, because you made possible this activity, this trip. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for going, and we appreciate all that. And yeah, if you didn't know, you can sign up to be a member, and then you'll get all of our information. You'll also see your faces spammed all over it, because we really appreciate you guys going to the conference. So next up is William, or do you go by Billy? It looks like Billy on your Zoom, so probably Billy. So we'll let Billy take it away for a bit, and we'd love to hear about your experience.
Yeah, so I'm Billy Autry. I teach here in Lewiston. So we're actually taking finals right now, so I'm going to be fairly quick. But I think for me it was an amazing opportunity. So once again, thank you. But to me, the thing that I got the most out of, I think, was the passion that a lot of these teachers had that I could use. And it's amazing. I felt like we're in a position where we're going to be teaching something, or at least looking at something that is on the horizon for everybody to be learning at a high school level, at least. And so for me, when I got back, I immediately went to my principal and I said, hey, I know that we already teach this to freshmen in our econ class, as we were saying earlier, but I think for us, I wanted to help develop a curriculum and a class just specifically designed for seniors. And so I went to him with that, and we figured out, well, we already have a class that we can kind of work around with that. And so our plan for just immediately going into next year is already, hey, what are we going to do for this class? What resources do we have already through things like NGPF or Bonsai or these other websites, FE or whatever, all of these amazing resources we already have. And to me, it was just seeing what other people were doing and just to seeing hey, how can we design something specifically for our students that are going to be going into or are potentially already could be using these resources. And so that was kind of what I got out of it the most. So thank you. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, the fact that you're already initiating by the time you got back to have something for next year's seniors is pretty amazing. So thank you for that. And I'm glad you were able to go. So let's see. Our last one is Jerry. We'd love you. And actually, this is all of our teachers together. So thank you for taking this picture. I love it. And Jerry, if there's anything anybody didn't share or something about how you're actually incorporating this information or this knowledge into your school, that would actually be really, really exciting. We're all muted here. Can you unmute?
Oh, teacher tired, just teacher tired, but it's okay. Again, thank you guys. I mean, we can't say, we appreciate it enough. without you guys, sometimes travel isn't possible for some of us. This year, directly in my classroom, I'm impacting directly 180 students because I do teach personal finance and banking and credit as standalone classes. So I get a real good impact with my students here. Something that I also do to help promote your scholarship stuff, which I don't want to promote it, but I do, is at the Idaho Business Education Association conference with all of us business educators. I do put your information out there and all of the resources that I gain from these conferences. I give them to all of the business teachers that attend those state conferences, including everybody just here in my district and school. So that's pretty huge for me. I didn't know you guys had those resources on your website, but I have a whole bunch more that I guess I'll send you guys a list of other free resources that you can put out there for other teachers and other educators that may not get to go to these conferences or other, educator conferences here in Idaho. So I just truly appreciate, you sending us. It's great for us to go and meet with like-minded educators and discuss what works well and what doesn't work well. So I appreciate that.
That's awesome. Well, and again, yeah, if you could share that information with the email, the IFLC Gmail account, that would be great. We can update some of the things, as we went through a little bit of back history. IFLC had to go through a whole grant process last year. And so one of the things that we learned is for every one of you teachers, you guys are the most sharing people we know, right? You're teaching. It is such a hard job because it is now, when asked, the worst job I've ever done is trying to teach my kid through COVID. Okay. So I have huge appreciation for you because it used to be when I sold vacuums for 3 weeks, right? That used to be the worst job. But now I have even more appreciation for all of that you guys are doing for our kiddos. But what is really cool is you're teaching hundreds and hundreds of students, but then the other really exciting thing is you then share with more than 15, which it sounds like, Jerry, you're sharing with like hundreds. But what's crazy is a scholarship. Literally 2 years ago, we only got 2 teachers applied, right? And this year we had 4 scholarships and, cheers to all of you. You all got to go, mostly because the National Educators Conference gave us another 2 scholarships to do. And then this year, we're actually selling sponsorships for the teachers to go. So more to come on that. Pretty exciting. And we'll update our website and stuff. But again, let teachers know who haven't been. We would love for more people to go. Because again, you come home, you share directly with your 100 and something students, but then you also share indirectly with like more than 15 other teachers, which is thousands and thousands of children that we're actually impacting. And so we use all of your pictures, we use your testimonies, we use all that in our grants, and it's very, very impactful. So I'm gonna, I think that's it. I'm going to put us on this page about the 15th annual beauty contest. I'm gonna kick it back over to Lisa. Some really great partnerships going on. Also super, thank you ahead of time, but Brenna Grenwood, from Cap Ed Credit Union and Anthony Quinos from Frontier. They're going to be our member committee, and they're going to help the Lisa, Amy, and Jillian's of the world get the word out. And then we also are, partnering with Treasurer Ellsworth and Department of Finance and our government officials, and Ideal 529, which because of their presentation a couple months ago, I actually now have a 529 plan for my kiddos, which is very exciting. It's not growing very quickly, but that's all right. I'm just going to let it do its thing. And then we also have a title sponsor. We're very excited that J&M Sanitation from CUNA, they are going to be our title sponsor. So I'm going to kick it over to Lisa. She's going to chat you guys up about a couple other things and the other topics that you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in regard to the North Idaho Women's Conference, if there is any interest for your organization to want to speak at the conference for one of the breakout sessions, here's what they're asking, and I will follow up. I will have I will have this link on our website, but if you go to North Idaho womenandtheirmoney.com, and there's a navigation link that says be a sponsor. It has all the information there on, or be a speaker, on how to be a speaker. You could be a sponsor too, but they're just about funded. So they've been doing a great job. It's just a group of local leaders and business people, along with Treasurer Ellsworth's office, that have put this conference together. So super excited. Again, it's in Coeur d'Alene at North Idaho College on June 9th. It is all day. They're planning on over 400 plus women. And of course, the whole journey is about empowering women through financial literacy. Topics include how to talk with family members about money, managing money, investing, estate planning, credit and debt management, insurance, renting versus owning, legal issues, starting and growing your own business, and so on and so on. So if any of those topics resonate with you, or you're an expert in the field, again, it is on a pro bono basis. Again, this is a free conference for these people. But it's a great way to get your brand out in front of people and your knowledge in front of people. They're not going to necessarily let you sell anything, but definitely being in front of people, you can, have leave behinds. They're going to want you to walk away with 3 actionable items for your participants in that breakout session that you'll be hosting. And there's all different sizes of rooms that they're going to be holding these in. So there you go. So that's pretty much it. I told them I would put in a good word for them. And like I said, there's still a few sponsor opportunities as well too. So if you're interested, North Idaho womenandtheirmoney.com. Very long website address, but we just kicked off the website about a month ago. So we'll be adding stuff to that as we go. And like I said, registration opens beginning of April, Financial Literacy Month. And somebody was asking, is the information about the piggy bank contest digital so we can share with our fellow teachers? Yes, everything about the piggy bank contest so far is on the IFLC website. And again, that's IdahoFLC.org. is Idaho Financial Literacy Coalition's website. And you'll see in the navigation for the piggy bank contest, there's information up there, but we'll have everything here shortly.
We should have it in the next week or two.
Yeah.
We're going to have press releases. We're going to have, obviously, the details of the contest. What's interesting is, like 3 years ago, there was 5 piggy banks. Last year, we had 55. And so this year, the thought of driving around the entire state, picking up 55 piggy banks, which Lord help her, that's what Heather did last year. So we want, IFLC to stretch across the state of Idaho. And so we want to do this digitally. Just as a heads up too, we're going to take pictures and the voting will be on the piggy bank. And then obviously people will figure out the winners afterwards. So we want the pictures of the piggy banks, not of the children, right? Because we want people to vote on the piggy, not on the cuteness of the child. Or not. Or the shirt or whatever.
And just one more thing about the North Idaho Women and Their Money Conference. They do have their keynote speaker. Her name is Ellen Rogan. She's a speaker and a money expert. And so Ellen is actually the title sponsor for the conference is going to be buying copies of her book. So everyone gets to walk away with a copy of her book as well too. So she's a financial literacy expert and I guess a great speaker. So I don't know very much more about her than that, but there'll be more information on the North Idaho Women and Their Money Conference website shortly about Ellen as well. So any questions on that conference? Any questions about the piggy bank beauty contest? Any questions about anything? And we can answer those. We actually might get done early. Do you want people to share Any other shares?
Let's see what's next. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, secretary position.
You want to
Yeah,
read
I
that
can-
out?
I can roll into this.
Sure.
So we have an open board position that is coming up here shortly. Actually, no, I think Heather would be very happy if we
Yeah.
found somebody.
Like yesterday.
So it's for the secretary position, and obviously it's a key volunteer position. And you'll help with board oversight, leadership within the organization. It'll be great because I'll have somebody that'll help me with the meeting minutes and getting some of that stuff done, the administrative duties, answering emails, things like that, making sure that our Google Drive is in order. We're trying to kind of streamline processes as well. So this is a great position for anyone that's highly organized, but is creative as well too, because it's a very collaborative position as far as I'm concerned. I think everyone here would say that as well too.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to be the glue that kind of kicks us and keeps us together.
Yeah. So this person, if you have interest in this or you want more information, don't hesitate to reach out. You can either email us right there at the Idaho Financial Literacy at gmail.com if that's something that you're interested in. And then once that email comes in, I can put you in touch with Amber. And, we like to get resumes and kind of talk to you a little bit more. What do you guys think for time commitment?
It's about 10, I would say it's 10 to 12 hours a month, right? A couple hours. Sometimes we have a bigger lift as far as seasonality of when our events and some of our kind of pillars kick off. It's a couple hours a week, although some of you are speedier than others. And so we do have a couple of people that have been interested that reached out. So, and to be fair, while we're super sad to lose Heather, she's only in Boise about once a week out of the month, so she can never kind of join us. And so we really want this person to come in. It is volunteerism, but have kind of a high sense of passion for financial education and financial literacy, and kind of be committed to what we're looking for.
Yeah.
So.
There you go. So any questions on the open secretary position?
If so, just reach out. We can send you the job description. It gets a little more nitty gritty about it. And then
It's on the website as well too.
Oh, see, yeah.
It's
And I also
under-
saw you shared it on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
See,
So it's
a year
under-
ago, we didn't do any of this stuff. So thank you.
Yeah,
to
all
the-
we had was a Facebook page, so
that
now
no one
we're,
posted to.
yeah, now we're pretty much everywhere. So we'll just get more consistent. Thank God with Jillian helping with the consistency and whatnot.
Yeah.
On the posting to get more information out to you guys on a timely basis.
Becca, as far as treasury stuff, anything to share?
No, nothing that you all don't know about. We wrapped up 2024 in the red, which is actually a good thing. We've got plenty of money in the bank, and we spent more than we took in, which means that we are serving the community and doing the things we intended to do. And on the other side of that, we are fundraising as well.
And that would bring up another point. If you're aware of any granting or funding that comes from your community, we would love to know about it, because Evie can write to that and we can, go and grab some more money.
We also, part of what we did spend on in the grant process was having the grant expert give us a list, and we have 20, which Brenna, you helped us last year. Meta's still not a no, so they said that they couldn't give us the full amount, but it wasn't a no. So, we're trying to just kind of lean in. We are working diligently. I would love to say that we'd have by the end of the month, our sponsorship, kind of opportunities. And so, probably some of our biggest things are, highlighting those teachers. We want to position people on our website in a way that makes sense for them. We are a small organization, so if you want it a certain way, we can probably craft it. Evie will kill me, but she's not on. So we can probably make it, a little particularly perfect for your organization. But yeah, we're open to it as far as that goes. But you know, in past years, we haven't had to do any fundraising, and now we are 100% in the thick of it. So every board member helps a little, everybody does a little bit of the lift, and many hands make light work. So you as members, if you guys have any ideas, please let us know. To Lisa's point, if you have any grants that are out there, again, please let us know. And if you're in the market to give away free money, we do really cool things for it.
For the teachers to be
You need to be teaching personal finance.
Okay.
Yeah. At an accredited school. I'm not, I'll have to look because it's gonna go completely through Jumpstart this year.
research.
Yeah, so, we're gonna make sure it goes through them, because there is no self-pay. You can't self-pay your way to the conference. It has to be through scholarship. And
So it's
to
accredited.
Brenna's, yeah,
Okay.
so it has to be that framework, and we didn't do that.
Would them educating, would it be a standalone class or would it be
No,
like?
it could be
a
like,
kickoff?
yeah,
Okay.
because, you know, to Shelley's point, it's integrated in with other classes.
Yeah.
And so that, you know, just,
I was just touching the tip of an iceberg when it comes to financial literacy, very honestly. I mean, it's a huge step that we just got a law passed.
Yeah.
But it's a huge tragedy that like nobody knows what they're doing, right?
Right.
And I guess 2024 graduates, like they did it or something, you know, but we
Yeah.
kind of know what they actually do. And because each school district has their own curriculum, it gets really funky. And we're not the only state that's struggling with this, very honestly.
Yeah.
So
and Utah's close though to figuring out standards in that. I think to Amber's point, what Superintendent Critchfield's office says, like, look, this is not what we're here to do. We cannot dictate curriculum to our schools, but we make sure that we're following standards and doing the things we're supposed to. So they've outlined what the strategy is, and what they would like to see, but it's up to the independent school districts to initiate and follow through.
Okay.
Now, that being said, there's some things happening in the state of Washington right now, and if we can get 44 states to agree to this, then we might get some federal legislation introduced probably next year that could help define what a true personal financial literacy class is, a standalone class, and it needs to be taught like each year, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, or some aspect of. So that's starting right now it started in November at Washington State next door to us. And then we'll see where that goes. Again, it's really hard, you know, you don't want to mandate things, but if we can provide resources and framework, then it might be an easier lift for people to glom onto and say, oh yeah, we could do this in our state.
Yeah.
So. But I don't know if it'll happen here. Our governor is very hands-off with, you know, wanting to mandate a lot of stuff. So
it's also really interesting too, when we met with Debbie, because it took us like 6 months to get a meeting with her, God's honest truth. And then, you know, because I have littles, right? And so when I went and I was like, okay, so what if my school district, like, what if my kids are struggling, or what if they're not like catching it or whatever? And she essentially said that like, you have to go to the teacher who goes to the principal, who goes to then the district to then figure out kind of where the holes are. And they can't, yeah, I know, like I tried not to eye roll at her when we did it too, right? Because it was just really frustrating. I was like, wait, so how many kids like mine are failing epically before you guys go make a difference? And she said, we don't have the authority to go in and make those decisions for them, you know? So she's like, that's why we want to partner with groups like yours and all of the people for financial literacy about how we're going to go do it, right? And so that's
it's a
the
bigger
piece.
conversation. And if our teachers
It's a lot.
and teachers that are still on, Juanita and Jerry, if you wanted to speak to that would love your perspective on that. Because, you know, like Billy said, it was like, yeah, let's put together this program. So, you know, it'll be a fun, you know, ride. Let's see where we can take it. And in the meantime, it's just about spreading more.
Somebody said, have you partnered with AFCs in Idaho to create a teacher mentorship program? Have no idea what
No.
that is.
It's training teachers.
Yeah, it's.
Oh,
training
like train the
teachers.
trainer.
Yeah, it's like a train the trainer. And my ultimate pie in the sky goal is when Amber and I were,
Be very careful right now.
yeah, was to come up with something like this. That was a bigger conference that we could do here for our teachers in kind of a shadow of an NEC. What would that look like to help? And do we hold it here, Eastern and Northern Idaho, where it was just a free one-day conference where our teachers could come in and learn at least some strategies, the tactics, like spread the goodness that's out there about financial literacy and help them, help our students. So
Yeah.
we'll see, you know.
Yeah.
That's- that's-
Again, we go back to like, we're a volunteer board doing good, but we can't solve the world's problems. Last year at this time, Lisa said, I want to do more financial literacy, women empowerment conferences. And then very honestly, Treasurer Ellsworth, like literally 2 months later is like, hey, ladies. And now Lisa's building the internet for them. So Jerry, I think you were going to say something.
Yeah, I know most of us career technical educators, right, that have to have some personal finance into our classes. We meet at a Connect conference every summer, and that would be a great place, you know, if we could get like a half day little seminar just focused strictly on the personal finance stuff. That would be really awesome, and I would be willing to, come and help with that, just because I do have at least the business educators connection.
You can send the information.
Well, if you can send us the information, we literally have the guys that run the NEC conference, so the National Educator Conference. He said he would zoom into any single conference and he could run the whole thing for us. So Jumpstart, because so we're underneath the umbrella of Jumpstart, but they will give us all their resources. It's all free. They will zoom in. They will teach us. They are so passionate about it, but we have to have the opportunities because to Jerry's point, like we don't know about it yet. And we haven't really done a very good job in Idaho about talking about it. So I feel like now's our time. But yeah, you know, that'd be awesome. So it's hard to run the meeting and look at the chat too. So hopefully Lisa's doing a good job of that.
Yeah, and I'll get you in contact with somebody at the State Department for our CTE Connect conference. At least that can be a good start for us, for at least career technical educators.
I love that. And that's one of the things that we just, you know, the people sitting in this room and on this Zoom, like you're all passionate about financial literacy, and it like the many hands make light work, right? So as we're trying to come up with stuff, if you guys already have it, that's what Idaho Financial Literacy's website is trying to do. Like part of our meta grant is that we're trying to become a hub, like an actual, you know, financial literacy hub within the state. And so, you know, some of our partners like Ideal and, you know, Treasurer Ellsworth, they have very limited what they can put on their website because it's a state website, but we don't, you know, like I'm not saying we're going to put whack stuff on there, but we don't have the, you know, limitations. So if you have great content, and then what then we link and share with Treasure, with Debbie Critchfield's office too, we're trying to get into some of those with their articles and their email blasts and all of that stuff. So our teachers actually understand the resources they have, because we know it's daunting. You guys got voluntold to go do something. Some of you are passionate about it. Some of the people teaching this, they just drew a short straw, you know, and that's tragic for our children. Juanita, did you want to say something?
I'm sorry, I have to unmute. No, I think what you are doing is great. And I really, I believe that every student should take a personal finance class. And I'm so grateful that I'm able to teach it. Just getting together, sharing resources. I am going to see what resources are there, and I can add if I have any from the conference. But I think you are doing a fantastic job. And thank you so much for your support. Without you, I couldn't do it. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I think there's 1 minute left. Does anybody in the room, do you guys have any last parting words of fabulousness?
Or questions?
Or questions? You can email us if we have questions. on a good note, technology was on our side mostly. We'll figure out about recording and all the other stuff. And again, if you have great content, please share it with us. And we'd love, we're not rebuilding the wheel here, right? So you guys are doing great work. We just want to be a part of it, and we want to celebrate your success along the way. So thank you again. I think everybody in the chat got everything they need. If not, reach out to Lisa at the Gmail account, and we appreciate you all. Keep doing great stuff and keep sending us your thoughts and your pictures and your content. Oh, and fill out the survey, please, 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 please.
We'll be sending it out.
We will. We'll send it out. Be a member, and then fill out the survey because we want to know about all of your efforts and all of your hard work. We want to celebrate that across the state of Idaho. So thanks again, teachers. We'll see you all in a few months. Ciao.
Thanks, everybody.